The gesture of crossing our arms can convey several messages. Sometimes we cross them just because it's comfortable, maybe to support the shoulders, if we're sitting in an armless chair, or to stay warm, if we are chilly. Besides, crossing arms can help us to sustain concentration when stumped by a difficult task. But, most people tend to interpret this gesture as being resistant or closed off. If it happens during a conversation, many perceive crossing arms as defensive, as if the other person might feel personally attacked and in discomfort about what has just been said. Effectively, when we feel threatened, instinctively we want to protect our belly area and our joints. If the thumbs are poking up, this might mean we are feeling cool and in control, but still on the defensive. Actually, crossing arms is above all a self-pacifying gesture, used to help calm us down, especially when the hands are wrapped around the arms to maximize touch, almost as to self-hug. Sometimes we reinforce this by massaging or scratching one arm with the opposite hand. It's not unusual to observe this self-pacifying pose in waiting rooms, when someone is anxious before sustaining a test or a challenging task, and in athletes right before a competition or when they're feeling outmatched. In other instances, it can mean self-restraint. When we are upset or disappointed, maybe for having received unpleasant information, we will cross our arms to help restrain ourselves while dealing with a strong negative emotion. It may be accompanied even by clenched fists when feeling hostile or defensive. Combined with a chin thrust, tight-lipped smile, or a red face, this is a good indicator of aggressive body language. Sometimes people cross arms because they dislike whoever or whatever is in front of them. Often this is emphasized by feet and belly turned away from the people they are interacting with, and means they are ready to disengage. Ultimately, this is a form of shielding from bad energy in a situation that makes them feel uncomfortable or overstimulated. When someone crosses the arms halfway, and grabs the upper part of the wrist with the opposite hand, it usually means they are confronted with negative information or difficult questions. If what we are looking for are signs of discomfort and maybe deception, a closed-off stance such as arms folded across the chest and/or crossed legs, combined with other verbal and nonverbal clues, may suggest that an individual is lying. In examples like this, it might be compared to a barrier between that person and the truth. Since most of us instinctively know that crossed arms equals a somehow negative signal, sometimes we get smarter about finding other ways to, secretly, cross our arms. You can find the disguised crossed arms gesture in adjusting a cuff or cufflink on the opposite arm, lint picking, fidgeting with a watch, a bracelet or a ring, holding tightly to a briefcase or a purse in front of the body, bracing objects as books or newspapers, holding a glass with both hands. Some studies show that crossing the arms unconsciously activate our suspicion barriers and makes us more critical of what's in front of us. So, it may be worth cross your arms to try to turn on your judging mode and increase your critical thinking. Instead, to break a crossed arms gesture in someone else, we can give that person something to do with their hands, or ask them to lean forward to look at something.